Okay, so I'm going to show what my progress has been over the last few days. I wanted to try and start out my comic on my favorite panel. They're all labeled, so it doesn't really matter what order I do them in. But I am going to try and do them in chronological order. But I wanted to start off with one of my favorite panels I drew to really get a feel for how I'm going to do this. So it is harder than I thought. I'll just show my process very quickly. So I start off with the very, very minimal sketch, just to get everything in the position of where I want it to be. It doesn't need to look pretty. Also, I'm using Fire Alpaca because I have been using the Adobe programs, but I'm a lot more comfortable with this program, and I'm already struggling, because this is definitely going to be a learning thing. I'm already struggling getting things together, so I'm just going to use a program I'm comfortable with for now. Then after that, I make the first sketch, put it down to a lower opacity, and sketch on top of it in more detail. So that is, I didn't bother with the second part of the comic yet. I was just looking at the first part. I got everything planned out how I want to be, and then I started to line art it. So this is what the final line art is going to look like for the top half when it's done. It's obviously not completely done. She's missing her arms and the writing isn't there, but this is what I did with the time for today, and I also started working on this sketch in the bottom. That's how it's going to look like in the final, but I'm going to redo her, but he is looking how I want him to be. So yeah, it's the challenges with this right now is that when I'm drawing on paper, it's a lot easier for me to make things look the way I wanted to, because I draw on paper a lot more frequently. So I'm sort of struggling to get the line art to be the way that I want it to be. I can give an example as I'm currently the width I'm using is 7, but I think it might even be too thick for these smaller characters. Like in the corners, you can see she looks rather, like I would rather her look like, if I could just show you on a, so this is just an example of how I will lower the opacity. On like, let's say 3 even, and I want to redo it, even this might look better, and I haven't decided yet what I want to do. For these shorter sketches, or like smaller sketches that take up less space, because I want, like I thought originally that I would want to use a consistent liner the entire time. Like I always, for every panel and every comic, the base would be, the base would be 7.5, darker lines would be 10 or more. So it is an example of a darker line would be the wording desirable and undesirable, that would be 0.10 on the pen. But I'm thinking that it looks better, these smaller sketches, with the smaller line art. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but I am playing around with that, and I guess you can give me some feedback if you think that this sketch looks better like this, or like this. I know that's not done, but what do you think looks better? I'm honestly going towards the smaller lines right now. Yeah, so that's what I did today. It is taking a lot longer than I thought, because I've been at this for about 2 hours now, and this is all I've gotten done. Though the more that I work, the quicker it should be. The more that I get used to the program and doing this every day, the quicker it should be, I hope. Because if not, then I'm gonna really have to readjust my goals, because I don't think I can be able to finish a page every 3 hours, coloring and everything, if it does take that long. But I'm sure, just like with everything and over time, it will get quicker.